Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new Peugeot 508, the upcoming flagship sedan of the Lions brand. Calling it a sedan? Somehow difficult. Yes, we still got 4 doors, but we got a very sleek roofline, a very fast rear end, so it's pretty close to a coupe limousine when it comes to the market later that autumn, competing against Volkswagen Passat, Ford Mondeo, Opel Insignia. Somehow difficult segment, and Peugeot is taking a new approach. And if you mind, this car could be less roomy than the outgoing model and a bit too fancy, then you just have to wait a few months more, and then there will be the station wagon again, the more rational car. If you want to know what to expect from that new Conqueror in the mid-size limousine segment, join me on my test drive here on Thomas Geiger Car and I'll tell you more about it. Driving the 508 is like driving most of the French cars. Even if that coupe limousine might look very sporty, it rides pretty relaxed. Steering is very agile due to the small size of the steering wheel, but there is an adaptive suspension system that really irons and flattens the pavement and gives you a very comfortable ride. Yes, there is a drive mode switch, switching from sport to normal, comfort or eco, but even in the sporty version it's way beyond the dynamic drive feeling, the sharpness, the agility and the aggression that you, for example, feel in a BMW. It's, if you look at the premium competitors, more on the Mercedes than on the BMW side, and it's definitely one of the most relaxed rides you can have in that second row, a little less premium segment that Peugeot is conquering with the 508. In Europe, the 508 will be offered with 3 diesel engines and up to 180 horsepower, and for the rest of the world, of more interest are the 4-cylinder petrol engines, up to 2 liters, 180 horsepower and 225 horsepower. That gives you a very solid and a very sporty drive. And that's not it, because Peugeot wants to electrify every model range until 2025. The Peugeot 508 will be amongst the first cars and will come as a plug-in hybrid with about 220 horsepower and a range of, I guess, more than 50 kilometers electrical driving. 2019 already. Since it's the flagship model, Peugeot has equipped the 508 with all the driver assistance systems available in the group. Means I don't only have the adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and all that stuff. No, for the first time ever in a Peugeot, there's also a night vision system available, lightening up the darkness with infrared vision and even marking pedestrians or bike riders that you might miss in the darkness. What I really like about the 508 is its design. The front end, unique, very aggressive, slim headlights, interesting and remarkable daytime running lights like the teeth of a wild animal. Then we have that narrow, slim and sporty silhouette, low roofline, frameless doors like we know it from CLS, Mercedes or Audi A7, BMW 6 Series and 4 Series. And we have a really fast rear end taken from a coupe. Yes, the car got a bit smaller than the outgoing model, maybe not as impressive anymore, but it's a real statement of elegance and beauty, something I really like and appreciate. Something unique to Peugeot in all of the models is the so-called iCockpit that has been revisited for the 508. We still have that pretty small steering wheel, which is somehow unusual for a big car, but once you get used to it, it really is amazing how agile the car feels, how less work you have to do on the steering wheel to get around tight corners. We have a fully digital cockpit cluster instrument as a standard that you can personalize in 6 different modes. We have that beautifully crafted toggle switches that somehow looks like the keyboard of a piano, and we have a big 10.5-inch touchscreen here for navigation, infotainment and everything. And we have some beautifully crafted sensor buttons below, also very nice to touch, looking very modern, looking very interesting. For me, a unique way to set themselves apart from competitors like Volkswagen, Audi, Ford or Opel. At least in the high-end version GT that we're sitting in here, the car is not only looking good, it's also well equipped and beautifully crafted. We got original wood on the consoles, we got piano painting, we got chrome buttons, we got the big touchscreen, we got soft leather, and it is not only looking good, it is also feeling good, because we have certain ambience modes that change lighting, that change air condition, and that also initiates the massage in the seats. Another point where Peugeot is offering a major upgrade and aiming to the luxury brands Mercedes, BMW and Audi. The rear seat is a kind of weak spot in the new 508 compared to the outgoing model. Once you sit in, it is somehow comfortable, you got enough head and leg room, but the ingress through the narrow doors is somehow difficult, and since everything is dark and the windows are very slim, it feels less roomy than it actually is. So the best place in the house, front row, second row only for children or your parents-in-law if you don't like them. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Peugeot 508. For me, one of the most beautiful entries to that segment. Technology advanced, very comfortable, relaxed ride, interesting cockpit and infotainment system, and most of all, a really beautiful shape. Back to the old times